Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here. In today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like for this week's Thursday Night Football game between the Jaguars and the Saints. We got two props to give out in this video, guys. I usually give out two plays for all these primetime games. Found two plays I do like for this Thursday night game. So, as always, we're going to talk through these two plays and share why I like them. Now, before we do get started breaking down the plays, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out, please, as always, hit that like button down below. I really do appreciate the likes, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you have never checked out Prizepicks before, you can sign up for Prizepicks and use my promo code Noah. When you do sign up, you will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. And there's definitely an incentive to be on Prizepicks right now. They do have a nice promo they're running for the beginning of the NBA season, which does start on Tuesday. If you look right here, Steph Curry's points prop has been discounted down to 0.5. So as you can see on the screen, obviously Curry's going to score 1 point in that game on Tuesday night against the Suns. That's a free square that Prizepicks is giving you. You take Curry over 0.5 points, and then just find any other pick you like to pair with that. If you don't follow the NBA and if you don't bet on NBA, you don't have to put an NBA play with the free square. You can take the free square and then put it with a bunch of NFL plays. It'll still work just like that. So definitely get over to Prizepicks, guys. Make sure to use that Steph Curry free square while it is available. Again, the NBA season does start on Tuesday of next week, and I'll be covering NBA all season. I'll be giving out props for NBA every single day, at least like Monday through Friday. I'll probably, for like Sundays, I'll still focus on NFL for Sundays. But yeah, Monday through Friday, I'm going to be covering NBA on this channel. You guys are definitely going to want to make sure you're subscribed. And if you're not on Prizepicks yet, you're definitely going to want to be on Prizepicks. We've always been pretty well at NBA. NBA, in my opinion, has been my best sport. It's always been my best sport. It's a sport I've had the most success in, both for DFS and for Prizepicks. So get over to Prizepicks, guys. Use that promo code Noah. Get your first deposit matched up to $100. And again, be sure to use that free square while it is available. But let's go ahead and talk through the props that I do like for this Thursday night game. And we're going to be focusing strictly on the receptions category. These were two props I liked, two reception props I liked for this game. Now, we're still waiting on fantasy scores to be added. We don't have fantasy scores yet up on the board. We also don't have props up yet for Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence is reported as questionable for this game. It looks like he's going to play, though. I'm sure we'll probably get props for Trevor Lawrence maybe sometime on Thursday. But with what's available right now, the two props I did like were both in the receptions category. And the first prop we're going to take a look at is going to be Chris Olave at 4.5 receptions. And I like the over here, more than 4.5 receptions for Chris Olave. Now, if you look at Olave's 5 games this season, he has gone over this line in 3 out of 5 games, or actually, 4 out of 6 games. So the Saints have played 6 games this season. Week 1 against Tennessee, he did have 8 receptions on 10 targets. And then you can see his last 5 games, went over against Tennessee, went over against Carolina. For some reason, they don't have the Green Bay game in here. He did go over against Green Bay, but then he went under against Tampa Bay, went under against New England, and then last week did have a big game against Houston, 10 targets, 7 catches for 96 yards. But if you look at Olave's game log this season, if you look at his usage has been really good. The targets have been really strong for Olave. He's got at least 10 targets in 4 out of their 6 games this season. And even these 2 weeks where he only had 1 catch against Tampa Bay and 1 or 2 catches against New England, he still saw 6 targets in that game against Tampa Bay, and he still saw 5 targets in the game against New England. So the volume has consistently been there for Olave. He's leading the team in target share this season. He has a 25.5% target share. Michael Thomas second on the team in target share at 22%. And really, after Michael Thomas, there's a big drop-off. The next highest guy in terms of target share is Rashid Shaheed at 13%. Now you got to think, the Saints did play 3 games without Alvin Kamara. Obviously, as Alvin Kamara starts to get more playing time, he'll start to earn a bigger target share as well. But man, the targets in this Saints offense have really been dominated by 2 guys, Chris Olave and Michael Thomas. And I would expect as the season progresses, you'll start to see Alvin Kamara climb, that leaderboard, I guess you could say, that rankings in terms of his target percentage. He's 4th on the team in target share right now. That'll probably rise up to 3rd, as he gets more playing time. But it's been Olave getting a large majority of the targets in this Saints offense. He's been a top target for Derek Carr this season. And Olave's a guy that typically is going to get a lot of volume. I know he's kind of like a big play threat. So I was debating, looking at his 4.5 receptions or looking at his receiving yards. If you look at the games where he went over the receptions, he had 112, 86, 104, and 96 yards. So he also went over his receiving yards prop in all 4 of those games. it's kind of pick your poison. If you like receiving yards more, you could take that. If you like receptions, you could take that. I think there's more value on the receptions prop. If you do look at DK Sportsbook right now and you look at Chris Olave's receptions prop, it is juiced minus 135 favoring the over, whereas his receiving yards is pretty much like even money at 60.5. So I think there's a little bit more value with receptions here for Olave. I definitely think he has a good chance to go over both his receiving yards and receptions, but I like receptions more. I think there's more value there. And just, again, with how much opportunities Olave is getting in this Saints offense, leading the team in target share this season, double-digit targets in 4 out of their 6 games. If you're telling me we're going to get close to 10 targets on a weekly basis from Olave, I would bet on him getting 5 receptions more times than not. So that is the first play I do like for this Thursday night game. And then the other play that I like, another receptions prop, we're going to look at Christian Kirk's receptions prop of 4.5. And I also like the over here, more than 4.5 receptions for Christian Kirk. So if you take a look at Christian Kirk's game log this season, you look at the 6 games he's played, he's over this line in 3 out of 6 games. Week 1, he did have a down game against the Colts, only 3 targets, just 1 reception. But then he bounced back, huge game against Kansas City, 14 targets, 11 receptions. Had 6 targets, 4 receptions against Houston. Against Atlanta, 12 targets, 8 receptions. Against Buffalo, 8 targets, 6 receptions. And then last week against the Colts, 6 targets and 3 receptions. But the targets have consistently been there for Christian Kirk outside of week 1. I mean, week 1, he only got 3 targets, but I think that was just kind of like an outlier game. More times than not, we can expect close to double-digit targets for Christian Kirk, and especially without Zay Jones, we should see a lot of volume, funneled to Christian Kirk, to Calvin Ridley, and those have been the 2 guys that have really dominated the target share in this Jaguars offense, along with Evan Ingram. You look at the target share this season for the Jaguars, Christian Kirk is leading the team in target share at 23.5%. And then Calvin Ridley and Evan Ingram have an identical target share of 21%. The next highest guy is Travis Etienne at 11.5%. So there's a big drop-off in target share once you get past Evan Ingram. And then you have Zay Jones, who's out. He's not playing this week. And then you have Jamal Agnew, who has just a 3% target share. So, man, when Trevor Lawrence looks to throw, he's looking for Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, and Travis Etienne. And Zay Jones when he plays, but Zay Jones won't be playing this Thursday. So there's 4 guys that are really dominating the target share in this Jaguars offense, and Christian Kirk is one of them. He leads the team in target share, consistently been getting the volume, and he's a low A-dot guy, which is something that I like when you're looking at receptions prop. The only reason I was debating between Olave's receptions or receiving yards is because Olave does have a lot of big play ability. He can catch like a 40, 50-yard pass, whereas Christian Kirk, he runs a lot of those quicks, low A-dot routes. This season he has just an 8.22 A-dot, which that basically means on average he's getting targeted about 8 yards down the field. Whereas there's some guys like Olave who's got he's got like a 15-yard A-dot this season or something. He's getting targeted a lot deeper down the field. Christian Kirk runs a lot of those quick routes, which are easy receptions, and he's been a target monster so far this season for the Jaguars. He's been a top target for Trevor Lawrence. Again, there's reports that Trevor Lawrence is questionable for this game, but it looks like he's going to play. I think the team already came out and said they're optimistic that he's going to play. So I am expecting Trevor Lawrence to play Thursday. By some chance, if Trevor Lawrence does not play, then obviously this reception prop for Christian Kirk is not going to look nearly as good. But I'm betting on Lawrence playing, and for that reason, that does make me like this over 4.5 receptions for Christian Kirk. And if you look at DK Sportsbook right now, very similar to the Chris Olave play, Christian Kirk is also juiced heavily towards the over, minus 135, favoring his over 4.5 receptions. So these are 2 plays, guys, that I do like for this Thursday night football game. Going to strictly be looking at some receptions props here. But I will be taking a look at the board again on Thursday once we get some more props on the board. We're still waiting for fantasy scores to be added. Still waiting for props to be added for Trevor Lawrence. I'm sure we'll probably get those sometime on Thursday. If I do find any more plays that I like for this game, as always, I will share those over on Patreon. But typically for these primetime games, I don't really go too heavy. Typically I just play like 1 entry, sometimes 2 entries, but I don't play like a bunch of entries, just because it's only 1 game. There's not a ton of plays to choose from. But for the full Sunday slate, I typically have a full like 5 or 6 pick flex play that I'll post on Patreon. And as always, I'll be posting plays on YouTube as well for the full Sunday slate. That video will go out later this week. But if you guys are going to be tailing me on these 2 plays for Thursday night, wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, we can hit these 2 plays. We hit both of our plays on Monday night, so hopefully you guys did tail those 2 plays I gave out Monday night. Let's try and cash out again on this Thursday night game. But again, guys, appreciate you watching the video. As always, make sure you guys hit that like button down below if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Be sure to go check out Prizepicks as well. Get signed up for Prizepicks. Use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up. Get your first deposit matched up to $100. when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. But that's all that I got for this game, guys. Best of luck on this slate. Best of luck betting on this game. Hopefully we can all win some money tonight, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.